Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the San Bernardino City Unified School District Regular Personnel Commission meeting on June 3rd, 2020. I'd like to lead everyone in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
to the flag
and to the
of the United
republic
States of America,
for which we
and to the
stand,
republic for
one
which it
nation,
stands,
under God, indivisible,
one nation,
with liberty and justice for all.
indivisible,
Thank
liberty,
you.
and
You may be
justice
seated.
for all.
Okay. Did I hope I called the meeting to order at 5:30. If I didn't, excuse me. I'm going to take roll call. Ms. Dixon, I'm the chairperson. I'm here. Mr. Salazar?
Here.
Mr. Bond?
Here.
Mrs. Irma Garcia?
Here.
Mrs. Tamara Booker?
Here.
Mrs. Nursey Garcia? I see you, Miss Nursey Garcia. I move to approve the agenda as submitted.
I'll second.
Mr. Salazar,
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion. Motion carries. No. Let me call for the vote. Boy, I gotta slow down here. Rushing to get home. I'll call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Very good. Item number 5, I move to approve the minutes from the May 6, 2021 regular Personnel Commission meeting as submitted.
I'll second.
Mr. Salazar seconds. Any discussion?
I second.
Okay. Call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. I move to approve the minutes from the May 26, 2021 Special Personnel Commission meeting as submitted. I move.
I'll second.
Mr. Salazar seconds.
I second.
I think he's got a delay. I think Mr. Bond has a delay in what he's hearing. Call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Yeah, he has a delay. Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Yeah, he for sure has a delay. So, Mike, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call on him first, since it takes a little bit, and then you. How about that? Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you. Action item A is public comments, and there is no public comments at this time, so we'll move on to action item C, consent action items. All matters listed under consent action items are to be considered for ratification and will be enacted by one motion followed by a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless the commission, audience, or staff request specific items to be removed from the consent item for separate action. Okay. Is there any items that need to be removed? Okay, seeing none. I move to approve the consent action items as submitted. I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Bond seconds. Any discussion? Okay, no discussion. Call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. Action item D. The commission shall discuss the following recommendations. Items will be voted on separately. Action item D1, reclassification study, Office Assistant 1, SAP, maintenance and operations. It is recommended that the Office Assistant 1 SAP position held by Maria de la Cruz at Maintenance and Operations be reclassified to Senior Clerk. The recommended effective date is July 1, 2020. I motion.
I'll
Need a
second
second?
for discussion.
Okay. Discussion?
Yes. Thank you, Ms.
Do
Dixon.
do we have some reason for that? I
May I
don't
jump in
understand it.
real quick? Just one correction, Madam Chair. You read it as July 1st, 2020, and it's July 1st, 2021. So that's the only thing that I had up front. I'm sorry if I jumped in front of people, but that's my only issue.
Thank you for the correction. I'm sorry, I got it. The effective date is July 1st, 2021. Excuse me. Thank you for your correction. Irma, are you gonna let us know what's going on here?
Yes, I was waiting to see if Mr. Bond had a comment, but I can go ahead and share the information regarding this item. And again, good evening to everyone. With regards to the Office Assistant 1 SAP, that position located at the Maintenance and Operations Department and held by Ms. Maria de la Cruz. So staff received the reclassification request for the position located at that department. And so the classification of Office Assistant 1 SAP was established in July 2004. An incumbent in that classification would be required to perform routine data processing in the SAP integrated system.
You know, Irma,
Yes.
I don't know if it's your microphone, but it's a little garbly. So maybe you put your microphone a little closer or something. I don't know if it's you or if it's coming from another source, but I'm just saying I come in a little bit garbly, and I'm catching pieces of what you're saying.
Okay, I'll just speak a little louder. Can you hear me clearly? Okay. All right. So I'll repeat the information that I already shared. So staff received the reclassification request for the Office Assistant 1 SAP position located at the Maintenance and Operations Department. And that classification, to be specific, was established in July 2004. So it's been some time since its establishment. An incumbent in that classification is required to perform routine data processing in the SAP integrated system. So it is specific to SAP. And SAP, just to kind of provide a little more insight with regards to that program, it has many capabilities such as personnel management, attendance tracking, employee assignments, position control, amongst other capabilities. And there are a lot of capabilities this system carries. So it's used mainly in human resources and many other departments. So payroll uses the system as well. And Ms. de la Cruz, her specific position, she began employment and for our district as an Office Assistant 1 SAP 15 years ago. And that was with the Maintenance and Operations Department. And so staff interviewed the incumbent and met with the supervisors. We found that Ms. de la Cruz is responsible for supporting the maintenance and operation trade shops. So that's by monitoring and processing purchase requisitions. And the work order system process used to take place in SAP. So a lot of that work used to kind of filter through SAP. And that work order system now transitioned over to Facilitron, which is another program used mainly for work orders. And also based on the information provided, Ms. de la Cruz is currently performing consistent with the Office Assistant 1 SAP. With that specific classification. Her position continues though to support the maintenance and operations trade shop. So she continues to support the same shops in her department. And the responsibilities of her position, based on the information we collected, are more aligned with the senior clerk classification. It provides more complex and responsible clerical duties and provides specialized clerical support to the department. And so staff is recommending that her position be reclassed to senior clerk, and which in turn would be a higher salary range. And so staff would inform district administration and employees, supervisors, and district representatives. So we've informed of the recommendation that was going to be presented before the commissioners. And so at this point, I'm open to any questions. Do you have any?
And the department supports this, you said, Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Mr. Bond, do you have any questions?
No, I think she answered the 5 questions. There's an increase in salary in this, I understand.
Correct.
Long as there isn't a decrease.
Mr. Salazar, you have any questions?
Just one, would that have been considered, in our vernacular, is that a desk audit that you conducted?
Correct.
Okay, and did you just conduct that desk audit alone, Irma, or how
Yes.
does? Yeah, I just wanted just a brief overview of how the desk audit kind of works for the
Right.
benefit.
So a staff member, typically from the Personnel Commission, performs those desk audits, and Ms. Tamara Booker joined me in that desk audit. We received the reclassification from the employee to initiate that process. And so there is a window from January 1st through March 1st where we received reclassification requests. And so we usually kind of go through those as we can. And we meet with the employees as part of the process. We keep, managers and supervisors in the loop of, our process and what we're doing, just so that everyone is in the know when it comes to that.
Do we keep track of the number of desk audits that the department does on an annual basis?
Yes, we have. We've been receiving more requests lately than other years, and so yes, we do have, and we can come up with them.
I just think that that is additional work that sometimes I think gets sort of lost in the duties and the work that the PC staff does, and I would just like to see maybe annually to say, okay, this year the number of desk audits we did was X amount, or maybe even quarterly when we have these meetings, just as an FYI. That way it's recorded. I think you should get credit for that. I think it should be noted that these are, in addition to all the other things that you do, these desk audits, that they're requested, and we do approximately however many per year. That's all. I know I got a little bit off track there with that, so I don't really have any questions pertaining to the reclass itself. But I think as far as the process that we use for reclassification, I think we should keep track of the statistics. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, I have some of the question about that, or comment, but I'll save it for the comment. Okay, if there's no additional discussion, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Office Assistant 1, SAP Warehouse Department. It is recommended that the Office Assistant 1 SAP position held by Maria Salas at the warehouse be reclassified to mail clerk. The recommended effective date is July 1, 2021 A motion? I need a second. Can I get a second?
I'll second, Madam Chair.
I'll
Oh, Mr.
second.
Salazar. Okay. Discussion, Miss Garcia?
So Ms. Tamara Booker will share a brief regarding this item.
You're on mute.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Sorry about that. So the reclassification request came to the Personnel Commission again for Office Assistant 1 SAP. This particular one is located at the warehouse department. And to not be too repetitive, it's the same classification as Ms. De La Cruz. So it encompasses the same duties that Ms. Garcia already shared. Ms. Salas also began her employment with the district as an Office Assistant 1 SAP approximately 16 years ago with the warehouse department. Staff interviewed her and met with the appropriate supervisors and found that Ms. Salas's primary focus is on receiving, sorting, and distributing incoming mail and packages, and also receives and meters outgoing mail in support of the warehouse department. So the majority of Ms. Salas's duties are not SAP related. She may every once in a while look at a purchase order. And so based on the information that was provided, Ms. Salas is currently performing duties that are all inconsistent with the Office Assistant 1 SAP classification. And even though that's the case, her position does still support the warehouse department, specifically in the mailroom. And her position is more aligned with the mail clerk classification, as the functions are higher level clerical duties than the current classification that she holds as Office Assistant 1 SAP. So staff is recommending that her position be reclassified to mail clerk at a salary range 33A. And her administrators were also in support of this recommendation and were notified accordingly.
Can I ask a question? So about the salary range, what's her current salary range versus what the new one will be?
So she's currently a 30A.
Oh, okay.
So the recommendation is mail clerk at 33A, which would be 3 whole ranges higher than what she currently holds.
Okay, great. Okay, that's what I was trying to get an understanding. Okay, so this position is higher than what she's doing. She has more duties, or different duties, I should say. Am I correct?
They're different duties. They're inconsistent with the Office Assistant 1 Health Aide. So she's better aligned as a mail clerk, and that
Okay.
is higher level clerical functions than what she is classified as right now. She's doing more mail clerk work.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions?
I have no questions. Is that Maria that joined us?
I don't have any questions.
Maria's on mute, but I think she said yes, that's her.
Oh, okay, great. Hi, Maria.
Oh, hello.
Okay. All right, Madam Chair, I mean, I have nothing else. I just wanted to recognize Maria. I thought it was perhaps the Maria that we were talking about right now in this action item. So I just wanted to just say hi and acknowledge that she's here. You're on mute, Madam Chair.
Oh, yeah, thank you. If we have no further questions, we can call for the vote. So, Mr. Bond
Aye.
and Mr. Salazar,
Hi.
motion carries. And since you're on here, Ms. Salazar, congratulations. A new position and a new salary. Effective July. Good for you. On mute, sorry, go on to the next one. NeoGov 3-year term, 3% annual increase. NeoGov Inside Enterprise Software subscription, initial term 11/16/2021 to 11/15/2024. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the NeoGov Inside Enterprise software. The cost is $23,855.92 for fiscal year 2021-22. A motion?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Maybe you should fill us in, Mrs.
Yes, thank you again. So this item was added as a 3-year term to the agenda because staff was able to speak with our renewal specialist recently with regards to the pricing. And we were able to work out a 3-year plan with the products we usually employ with NeoGov. And so I listed the items under 2. So A through D, it goes, the basis for the 3-year plan would apply from A through D on that item, just as an FYI. So with regards to 2A, it would be a 3% annual increase versus an annual increase of 10% per year. So if we kept it as an annual, it would be 10% increase, but if we kept the plan for 3 years, then they would apply just a 3% increase. And so that would go for all of the items listed on this in this section. And so if the commissioners approve this item, we still have the ability to cancel products if we're no longer using them, or if our process changes, or whatever the case may be with certain products. And so, but for 2A, that's a product we've had for some years now. And so that's our applicant tracking system that we use for, we use it for testing, for interviews. So our team pretty much relies on this program. And so that's all the information I have for this one. Again, the plan applies from A through D. And I'm open for any questions.
Well, I have a question. I see there's a hand up, but I want to address this first, and and then perhaps that'll be in the lap of the chair to recognize the hand that's raised. But Irma, the question I have is this: when we're looking at the 3% annual increase, the items A, B, C, and D, those expenses are all individual line item expenses, or is it aggregated up to? Because I didn't want to do math right now, or is it aggregated up to 23,855.92 total, or are they individual line items?
They're individual line items. We get invoices separately, and the dates are different. They're not all on the same date.
Okay, I kind of thought that, and like I said, I could have, if I would have done math, I could have figured that out, but I'd rather ask. It's just quicker. Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
That was the same question I had, so I think you answered it. So by having this bundle, we save 7% each year. Sounds like it. Okay. Mr. Bond, do you have any questions?
I have none.
Okay. Okay, so with no other questions, I'm going to call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. So item B, the BIDL online software license subscription, Test Genius. Initial term is 7/20/2021 through 7/19/2024. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider improving the BIDL online software license, Test Genius subscription. The cost is $14,871.14 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I move.
I'll second.
A second.
Any discussion? Okay, no? Okay, because we already call for the vote. Bond?
Say it again.
Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Okay, C, governmentjobs.com subscription, initial term 7/1/2021 to 6/30/2024. It is moved that the Personnel Commission approve governmentjobs.com subscription advertising. The cost is $5,353.43 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I motion. I need a second from anybody.
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Bone, second. Any discussion?
None here.
Call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. D, candidate testing messages, initial term 12/11/2021 through 12/10/2024. It is moved that the Personnel Commission, I don't know what that was. It is moved that the Personnel Commission approve candidate text messaging. The cost is $1,102.10 for fiscal year 2021 to 2022. I motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just briefly, Madam Chair, I know that we talked about this in the past, right? Is this new to us now, Irma, as a part of our platform, or have we been doing this before and we're renewing it?
So we've had this product for a couple of years now. And so at first we were able to use it for test reminders, for test scheduling reminders. And now we're able to use it for interviews. And so because of COVID, it kind of helps out when sending out those reminders.
Nice. And I mean, maybe it's a silly question, but how's it working?
So we usually send those reminders to people who opt for receiving those text messages. So not everyone receives or checks that box for receiving those reminders. So staff has been using that feature for, reminders so that there is more, appearances for our tests and interviews. And so staff is still ramping up their reminder process.
But as far as, I mean, I the staff side I get, but are the applicants becoming more, I guess, more used to this as part of the process too? Because I know just about everything that I do out in the world now, they're saying, hey, do you want us to confirm that? I mean, my dentist confirms via text, my doctor confirms via text, so we're this is kind of our version of that dentist or doctor. And I know the first couple of times that it came around for me, as a participant in my doctor's patient, I'm like, nah, no thanks. No thanks. And then, but now, I'm used to that. So I'm thinking about it from the participant point of view. Are they starting to come around and use this a little bit more is my question.
Yes, they are. And text messaging is pretty much the new form of receiving those reminders. And so if they forget to calendar it, it helps out with showing up to the test or showing up to the interview. And now because of the virtual setting, it helps a lot to have those people show up.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, I'm gonna call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Okay. Yeah, long agenda today. This is good. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the maintenance agreement membership for Canon Solutions America Incorporated. The cost is $1,000 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I move.
I second.
Mr. Bond seconds. Any discussion?
None here.
I'm going to call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the CODIS membership service agreement. The cost is $3,000 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, okay. I'm gonna call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the Personnel Commission Association of Southern California annual membership service agreement. The cost is $100 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I motion.
I'll second.
I
Any
second.
discussion? Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye. And Madam Chair, I just need 1 minute.
Okay, no problem.
I apologize. We have an alarm system in this building, and about this time it begins to go off unless you reset it. So
Okay, yeah, we don't want law enforcement come knocking.
law enforcement coming in and descending on me. Thank
Yeah.
you, Madam.
No, we want you to be safe. So, I get it. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next item. It is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the California Schools Personnel Commission Associate annual membership agreement. The cost is $1,200 for fiscal year 2021-2022. I move. Or motion.
I second.
Any discussion? No. Okay. Call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Motion carries. We're going to move to action item E, information items and reports. Mrs. Garcia?
Yes, thank you again. So this item we added to the agenda because we wanted to inform the commission that staff is now moving forward with filling all vacancies throughout our district. And so not just the essential positions listed, and we were working with the school district and Dr. Funches with regards to essential positions, but now we've received the green light to move forward. And our team, our personnel commission team, is working very, very hard and moving forward with scheduling mass interviews as well as individual interviews with school sites. And all of that, most of them are taking place virtually and some of them very minimally in person. And so we've also allowed some, candidates interviewing to have computer access if needed in our office. And so we've also opened that opportunity for people to have that opportunity to interview who may have, tech issues or they need computer access. We've allowed them to come in on an individual basis and, of course, following safety protocols. And staff has been very helpful in that process. And so I just wanted to share this information with you as we wrap up the school year 2020-2021, and we're gearing up to open a new school year this coming fall. And so that's all the information I have with regards to this item.
Great. That's great news. That's really good news. Okay, we're going to move on to discussion. The next Personnel Commission meeting will be held on July 1, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. via teleconference or in person at 1525 West Highland Avenue, San Bernardino, California, 92411. I'm hoping we can go in person next month, but you will let us know that, right, Ms. Garcia?
Correct. I've not
Okay.
received any new information with regards to in-person.
I think everybody's waiting for July 15th. I mean, June 15th and to see what's going to happen. Okay, great. So I'm going to move on to action item G, comments from the personnel commissioners. I'll go around the room. I'll start with Mr. Bond. Do you have any comments you want to share this evening?
I don't have any comments at this time.
Mr. Salazar?
No comments, Madam Chair.
Okay, but I do. I have a comment. This is for staff. I was just thinking when we were talking about the reclassifications, and I heard Miss Garcia said there's a time frame from January to March or something like that. What I would like to see happen is kind of like what you guys did during the pandemic, is you could have a Zoom meeting or whatever and advertise it and tell people this is the time frame and this is what we need from you if you are interested in reclassification, whether it's a 30-minute Zoom call, whenever you guys want to do it, but do it before January, because there might be some people out there that are saying, hey, I had or they feel like they had an accretion of duties and their position may need to be reclassified. I would invite regular classified employees and supervisors and so on so they can hear what the process is. I'd like to see that happen. You guys did a great job on your other event, and so I would like to see that happen. I mean, obviously we can't guarantee anybody getting reclassified or anything like that. But I think it's important for people to understand the process and really understand that it has to be an accretion of duties, not just, other things. And then you guys can open it up for questions and answers. So that's my comments for this part. Any questions of me, staff?
No questions. We'll get together and brainstorm and
Okay.
work something out.
I'm not trying to cause you any more work, but I just think it's important that we communicate with our stakeholders.
Thank you.
Okay. I have one more question. I know we're getting ready to go into closed session. I just want to know, are we going to report out?
Briefly, yes.
Okay, good. I just want to, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the commission adjourns to closed session at 6:08. You're more than welcome to stay on this Zoom call and listen to our report out after we're done. And commissioners and staff that needs to be there, I'll see you at the other link. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Bond gets here. Real well. The commission reconvened to open session at 6:47 p.m. and reported on the following actions taken in closed session. Applicant 21-0603. The item is tabled pending additional information. We will bring it back at another personnel commission meeting. There are no other items to report out, and the commission adjourns this meeting at 6:48 p.m. I want to thank everybody for attending and for your patience to wait for us to come back from closed session. Everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you in July. Thank you.
Take care.